The 9 parts of speech. Every sentence you've ever spoken is built from just 9 moving parts. Once you know them, English stops feeling like a wall of rules and starts feeling like a set of tools you already own. This is the ultimate breakdown of the building blocks of English, the 9 parts of speech. Let's open the toolbox. What is a part of speech? Here's the twist most people miss. A part of speech isn't about what a word means. It's about the job that word is doing in a sentence. Take the word run. In I go for a run, it's a thing, a noun. In I run every morning, it's an action, a verb. Same word, different job. The grammar toolkit. Zoom out, and the 9 parts fall into 4 crews. Nouns, pronouns, and verbs are the anchors and the engine. They hold the sentence up and move it forward. Adjectives and adverbs are the details department, adding color. Prepositions and conjunctions connect ideas. And interjections and determiners round things out. That's the whole map. Nouns, the anchors. Let's start with nouns, any person, place, thing, or idea. They split 2 ways. Common nouns like dog, city, or book are general. Proper nouns like Microsoft or Sarah always get capitalized. Then there's concrete versus abstract. Concrete nouns you sense with your 5 senses, like coffee or rain. Abstract ones, like courage or freedom, you can't touch, only feel. Nouns, countable versus uncountable. Not sure if a noun is countable or uncountable? Run the number test. Try putting the word 3 in front of it. 3 apples works fine. That's countable, and it can take a plural form. But 3 furniture sounds wrong, because furniture is uncountable. For nouns like that, you'd say 3 pieces of furniture instead. Pronouns, the stand-ins. Pronouns exist to save you from yourself, specifically from repeating the same noun over and over. Franklin went to Franklin's car because Franklin forgot Franklin's keys is exhausting to read. Swap in some pronouns. Franklin went to his car because he forgot his keys. Same information, way smoother. That's the whole purpose of a pronoun. Stand in and glue the sentence together. Pronouns, the who versus whom trick. Who or whom? Here's a trick that actually works. Try answering the question with he or she versus him or her. Who called you? He called you, so it's who. To whom did you give it? You gave it to him, so it's whom. He and she signal who. Him and her signal whom. Verbs, the engine. Verbs are the engine of the sentence. Nothing happens without one. There are 2 main types. Action verbs show physical or mental activity. Run, jump, think, decide. Linking verbs don't show action at all. They connect the subject to more information, acting almost like an equal sign. The soup smells amazing. Smells here isn't an action, it's a link. Verbs, the verb phrase. Verbs often team up. A helping verb plus a main verb creates a verb phrase, like has finished in she has finished her homework. Here's a mistake even native speakers make. The verb has to match the true subject of the sentence, not whatever noun happens to be sitting closest to it in a prepositional phrase. Watch that trap. Adjectives, the decorators. Adjectives describe a noun or pronoun, and they always answer one of 3 questions. What kind? A small bag. How many? A few bags. Which one? That bag. On their own, a bag is just a fact, forgettable. Add adjectives, a small brown leather bag, and suddenly you can picture exactly what's being described. Adjectives, the unconscious order. Here's something wild. Native English speakers stack adjectives in a specific order without ever being taught it. Opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose. A big red barn sounds natural. Flip it to a red big barn and something feels instantly wrong, even if you can't say why. Your brain already knows this rule. Now you know it too. Adverbs, the tuners. Adverbs modify 3 different things. They can tune a verb, saying beautifully. They can tune an adjective, surprisingly loud, or they can tune another adverb, very softly. Think of them as the fine-tuning knobs of a sentence, adjusting intensity and detail. One catch, not every adverb ends in ly. Words like soon, now, very, and never are adverbs too. Adverbs, the placement test. Move an adverb and you can completely change what a sentence means. She almost drove her kids to school. Sounds like a normal trip, but move almost right before drove, and the meaning shifts. It now means she almost did this, but never actually got behind the wheel. One word, repositioned, and the entire meaning of the sentence flips. Prepositions, the positioners. Prepositions redraw the relationship, spatial or temporal, between a noun and the rest of the sentence. Picture a mouse and a box. The mouse on the box, the mouse in the box, the mouse under the box. Same mouse, same box, 3 completely different pictures, all because one small word changed. Prepositions, in versus on versus at. Time prepositions follow a zoom pattern from broadest to most exact. In covers the biggest stretches, months, years, in July, in 2024, in the morning. On gets specific, days and dates, on Monday, on July 4th. At is the most precise, an exact time or point, at noon, at the corner. Broad to narrow, in, on, at. Conjunctions, the bridges. Conjunctions are the bridges of a sentence. They connect equal ideas and carry your reader from one to the next. The coordinating conjunctions spell out a simple acronym: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Fanboys. Every one of them glues 2 equal ideas together while quietly signaling exactly how those ideas relate to each other. Conjunctions, balancing acts. Correlative conjunctions work in pairs, either or, not only but also. And here's the rule most people break: both sides must be grammatically balanced. She not only likes reading but also to write is unbalanced, mixing a noun with an infinitive. Balance it. She not only likes reading but also writing. Matching ing forms on both sides, that's the fix. Interjections, the emotion bursts. Interjections are your emotional outbursts in word form. Ouch. Well. They stand completely apart from the grammar of the sentence around them. Here's a quick test. Try deleting the interjection. If the sentence still works perfectly without it, that word was an interjection. Strong emotion usually gets an exclamation point. Mild emotion gets a comma. Determiners, the pointers. Determiners look like adjectives, but they behave completely differently. Adjectives stack. The big old barn works fine. Determiners don't. The my barn doesn't. That's because determiners introduce a noun and pin down exactly which one you mean, whether it's this, or my, and you can only ever use one determiner at a time. Determiners, the a versus an rule. Most people learn a before a consonant and an before a vowel, but that rule is actually wrong. It's based on sound, not spelling. An hour, the H is silent, so it starts with the vowel sound. A university starts with a consonant Y sound, even though U is a vowel. Listen to the sound, not the letter. Context is king. Here's the big takeaway that ties everything together. One word can hold many different jobs. Take fast. She ran fast. That's an adverb, modifying the verb. He is a fast runner. Now it's an adjective, modifying the noun. They started the fast. Now it's a noun, the thing itself. Never assign a part of speech from memory. Always look at the sentence.